Is this song on your new album, Disputed, with Chuck D?
Undisputed, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it says Undisputed. See, I'm nervous.
Chuck D is not disputed.
Hey everyone, we're The Violet Reality. My name is Casey Rain.
And I am Kim Camellia.
And today, just like the title promises, we're going to revisit what we think is the most awkward Prince interview ever.
So first of all, please let me know if this rings a bell for any of you. Hello, sexy audience.
So it's Prince's interview that he did in the year 1999 for German TV with the interviewer named Charlotte Roche. And it's really, really awkward. It's just ridiculously awkward. And when we were preparing to film this video, Kim did ask me if I thought it was awkward because there might be like a language barrier.
I did, yeah, because obviously you know that I am Dutch myself, so I sometimes sort of struggle over words. So I was like, the interview's being done in Germany, and so maybe she's German? Like that's her native language, so she doesn't really know how to word herself properly in English. Turns out
she was actually born in England, spent a good amount of time in England, speaks English fluently, so there's no language barrier there. It's just an awkward interview. Right. And I also don't think that there was any way that she could have been an amateur in interviewing, because if you're filming a TV show and where you have musical guests for interviews and you have Prince for your interview, you can't be an amateur. Like, they wouldn't let somebody do that on their first day, right? She must have had some experience in presenting and interviewing before that. Otherwise, that'd be like you just started playing baseball and then like next week you're in like the World Series. Like, it doesn't. It's just like it doesn't make sense.
Make sense. No.
So I think she was just nervous.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it's just an a really awkward interview.
You know what though? I get it. You know, you have someone like that as a guest on your show, and I get it. You know, you get nervous about it, but it was just really interesting to watch. Let's just say that. So we're not going to show you the whole interview, but we are going to show you a couple of clips, the most awkward bits basically. And what you can see there, what I find, is that whenever Prince wasn't really comfortable with someone that was interviewing him, he would tend to get a bit more withdrawn as well. So what that turns into then is two people that are really uncomfortable with each other with the interview on camera, which just makes it a complete train wreck. I'm sorry, Prince.
Okay, so the first thing, she awkwardly pauses between the end of every question and getting to the answer, even sometimes at random points in the question, which just seems a little bit weird. And for some reason, she keeps referring to the audience as sexy audience. Let's roll a clip.
So you're here because you've got a new album out, and I just have to tell my sexy audience, go out and buy it because it makes you happy. Believe me, sexy audience, sexy audience, sexy audience. See you in a few minutes. Yeah, sexy audience.
Sexy audience, right? This is even more weird when you actually realise there's no live audience there. There's nobody like sitting there. It's just the two of them in a room and just like completely quiet. So she's like looking at the camera like there's an audience and saying sexy audience, but there's nobody there. And so if that's the case, why did this go out live? Like, there was no need for this to go out live. They could have pre-recorded it and edited out all the super awkward bits, but they didn't do that. In fact, we don't even know if it was live. Maybe it was pre-recorded and they just didn't bother editing it. Who knows?
All right, then let's roll on to the next bit. Now, this bit is so odd that you just have to see it in full. Just see for yourself and let us know what you think about it.
Yep, so Charlotte starts asking Prince about the message that's inside the Rave packaging, which, if you own the Rave album, you know is a lengthy section about cruelty to animals, which is pretty self-explanatory. And then she asks him, like, why that's there, which just seems like a strange question to ask. And then she starts talking about her like aunt who's like vegan for some reason, and and then some other stuff, and it's just a very, very weird section. And she says to Prince, like, oh, do you like treat people differently who like don't eat the same way? It's very weird.
Yeah.
It's just a very weird way to approach this subject. Check it out.
Look, by fast forward. Okay, there's this part in here with this long, like, monologue written down, sort of explaining to the reader how in what terrible conditions lambs live that we need wool of. Sort of, is it that you're then is it a vegan, people that don't wear wool and leather, or
Well, vegan has to do with diet.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a vegetarian, and I just, that's pretty self-explanatory. If you have any love at all for the lamb, then you'll understand it fully.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but the thing is, sort of, my auntie has she lives like this. She explains to people all the time, sort of, why do you wear leather and why are you wearing wool, for God's sake?
Or poodles.
Yeah. And but is it sort of, how do you behave towards people that don't live like you do?
Hey, I'm the same with everybody.
Oh, okay. So it's like.
You mean will I go up and throw paint on them?
No, if you try to persuade people or just leave them, let them be, because there are different sort of ways
Yeah.
to behave towards people that aren't.
Yes, I'm not really judgmental in that area.
Yeah.
So much so, I kind of feel that everybody's going to deal with their own life in their own manner. And all the good that they do, they'll get back. All the bad that they do, they'll get that back too.
Okay. So, see you in a few minutes, sweethearts.
Evidently, Prince himself was not a fan of this part.
Well, that was a boring segment.
Was it?
Yeah.
Shit. That was my fault.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It was my fault.
No, it was my fault.
Pretty much sums it up right now.
Now, let's check out my favorite part where she, rather than, holding the album up and just pointing at it, she drops it on the floor.
Right in front of him.
Yes.
Album drops on the floor.
Oh, just like that.
Check it out.
Well, they're making their own beds, and that's where they'll sleep.
Okay. Oh God. Sorry. There. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. Sorry. There.
Absolutely just cringeworthy.
It's like I know. It's kind of like, I know you just made this, but I'm just gonna draw. It's like, I don't even know. You better not see anything metaphorical in this, because that would have been so bad. Oh my God.
And finally, as if it wasn't already a super awkward interview, Prince decides to finish the interview by basically giving a massive middle finger to all of his German fans. Check it out and see what we mean.
And is there anything in the future that the German fans can look forward to? So are you planning a tour?
We're discussing a tour right now, but they should probably worry more about their own lives, I think.
Okay, so we'll say goodbye to those lovely people. Bye-bye.
Okay, so maybe we'll tour, but just worry about your own lives.
First, yeah.
I don't know if that was supposed to be like either philosophical, or if he just thought, how can I end this super awkward interview as quickly as possible? Well, if it was the latter, then it worked. And a very bizarre end to a very bizarre interview. Sorry, Charlotte Roche. You probably meant well, but this whole thing was just painful to watch. And I don't think this is going to get released on any DVDs or anything like that anytime soon.
Neither do I. Now, to say something more about her, though, she has now gone on to do loads of other things as well, and she's written a really successful book, so that's awesome. So this is not to poke any fun at you or anything like that, and I'm pretty sure that...
Everybody has bad days,
yeah, and it was
right?
all a good laugh for you in the end, and probably when you watch this back, you're like, oh god, that was, like, terrible. I was so nervous. I should have maybe prepared better or something like that. But yeah, it's all in good fun. And also, for all the German Prince fans out there, we know that he loved you anyway. He was just done with the interview.
Yeah, but you still need to worry about your own lives. And don't drop Prince's albums on the floor.
Okay. Oh, God. Sorry.
Anyway.
We're just kidding. We love you all. Seriously. All of you from any country, all over the world.
Anyway, before we wrap this up, it would be totally remiss of us to be sat here talking about a Rave interview and not address the fact that the latest rumour is that there's going to be a re-release of Rave Into the Joy Fantastic this year, early 2019, that may have Rave Unto the Joy Fantastic, the rarer remix album released on MPG Records, Rave Into the Joy Fantastic, which I have. Yep. And then the Rave Unto the Year 2000 DVD as a third DVD in a set. That's the rumour.
Yep.
Maybe we'll have more news on this soon. Who knows? But anyway, tell us what your favourite Prince interview is, or your least favourite Prince interview as well. Either one or both. Let us know in the comments.
Yes, please. I always thought that, like, is there such a thing as having a least favorite interview? But then sometimes it's not the person that's being interviewed in this case, but it's mostly the interviewer making it awkward. So there you go.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
We'll catch you next time. I'm Casey Rain. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, share the video, all that stuff.
And tap on that bell to have a notification every time we post a new video. Bing.
That's right. We'll catch you next time. I'm Casey Rain.
I'm Kim Camellia. See ya.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Elisa Fiorillo, and you're watching The Violet Reality on YouTube. All things Prince.